I'm afraid to hit the doorbell because
she's got babies.
Of naps. What do you think? Should I hit the doorbell?
Do the doorbell once, because she could also be like teaching them.
Okay, let me do the doorbell. Just make sure I didn't hear back from her.
I mean, it's so beautiful. I bet they're like, if I was with children on this morning, I would be like, we're gonna go.
Oh, I know, it is really.
Well, that would be amazing. If she could answer even, we could be like, here on your park trip.
I know.
We'll leave it. I feel like she is still going to receive the joy of it.
She's so incredible and sweet.
The question is, what if when you became a mom, instead of losing yourself, you found yourself? And I think you do lose yourself. You do change and lose whatever yourself is. But so my question for you is, what if you never become a mom? Like, what things have you become or learned about yourself or transformed into that like would not have happened if you hadn't had your two girls?
I say this to patients a lot because I'm working with women who just had babies.
Yes.
And it's at times a very lonely, very transformative, but also very strange space to be in.
Yeah.
And I always say that having my children softened me and strengthened me in the exact same moment. So I was not the same person the second I had my baby. I don't think I would have ever started a business had it not been for becoming a mother. And in saying that, I mean, it was many years down the road, but along the way, you do become somebody different.
Yeah.
I mean, you become like that grizzly bear that just can do anything. Yep. I mean, you can lift vehicles on your own to get them off your baby. Yes. I feel like it made me really strangely fierce. Yes. And I've always been a doer, for sure. I've been a taskmaster. I'm like a person who achieves. I do less of the achieving for myself now, and it really is to show my kids what they can do, and it's almost quieter.
I love that, because you, in your protection and advocacy and fighting for them, you have to become stronger. Like, you have to. And you do it for them.
Yeah.
But it's like that muscle has actually gotten really strong on you. And it does. It's almost instantaneous.
It is. So, like, I became a better listener the day I had a baby. But I also became more agitated when I became a mother. Like, there were things that triggered me that never triggered me before. When you're already fried, like you're exhausted, and like you have these beings that now you respond to in such an innate way.
For the biggest transformation for me immediately was when I had my son. I had done like every day. I went to prenatal yoga. I did like all this stuff because I was a teacher. It was the summer. I was like, okay, we're doing this. I was super strong. And like my first birth was like 30 some hours, and they were like, all right, maybe emergency C-section, or what should we keep doing? And I was like all about like, this needed to be my strength. I could do it.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden I was like, I don't know what to do. And the doctor at the last minute was like, do you want this or this? And I was like, do what you feel most comfortable doing. Just get the job.
Save my baby.
Save my baby. And then when he came out, I was like, this whole time it was about him.
Do you know how beautiful that is, what you just said? And that's exactly right. I mean, you did this whole prep.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, all you cared about was the safety and health of your baby.
Yeah.
You do anything.
Yeah.
And that happens from the second you become a mother.
Oh, and
it is creepy.
Or like a general kind of time that you feel like, I'm really proud who I am as a mom?
I had some stuff I had to tackle last year, and I didn't know what was going on. And I think it's because my body is shifting hormonally. In going through that, I dealt with some like anxiousness and some things that I felt at the time were related to running a business.
Yep.
And they weren't. I'm big on habits, and so I like to give something an honest try for like a few months.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't work, then I will shift and do something different. And in going through this process, they had to watch me struggle and be really, really frustrated. And they're old enough now to remember and see it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the consistency of like what I was trying and them watching it was one of the harder things I've ever had to do.
But I think what's so beautiful about that is they're learning to do that for themselves. Like, as now that they're old enough that they're like, okay, well, my mom was having a hard time. She did this, this, and this. And like, you're not teaching them like this is the lesson I'm teaching you today, but like you're your life.
Showing them.
Yeah.
And the showing takes forever. It's
Yeah.
so slow.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's probably the thing I'm the most proud of. Probably in motherhood.
Well, because
it was so hard.
Yeah.
It was just something I couldn't like fix quickly.
And all of a sudden it kind of switches the whole thing we were talking about. They care about you,
Mhm.
but they can't fix it.
Right.
But they watch like, okay, when my mom's going through something hard, when I'm going through something hard, this is
Yes.
what we do. We lean in, we try things, we figure it out, we pivot. That's
And we can
life.
even do it as a whole family.
Yes.
Because some of the shifts we made happened as a whole family.
Yeah.
How about you?
Me?
That's a great one.
What I feel proud of?
Yeah.
When I see glimpses of empathy in them. And, I think that they're in a particularly challenging age. I think before you're 12, you even care about another, like really, really pay attention to another person's
hard.
needs. I will say some of my kids naturally have had that. And so I've been like, come on, other ones. But for me, I genuinely don't seek optimal perfection for my family of 6. I love creating beauty. I love having family memories. I love having the cozy, but I genuinely don't think the purpose of my life is to perfect the inside of my home. I think it's so that we're gearing up to go out into the world and use our gifts for other people. I just feel like that's where I'm proud when they're like, I went out and did that thing and helped somebody else. We're so much more than what this is. This is beautiful, like what we've made in our family home. And it's cool to discover them too. Like I'm like, you're so different from me. Are your girls different from each other?
So different.
Yeah.
And it is bizarre.
Yeah.
Just the way we navigate that with 2 very, very different people. You know what's really interesting? My birth dad left when I was like 2, 3.
Okay.
And then I was adopted, and I didn't meet my birth father again until my daughter was 9 months old. I was about 30-ish, like right around 30 years old. Yeah. And it was creepy how much I picked up from him, never having been raised by him. And so then every part of me is like, wait a second.
You're just kind of got it in you. I mean,
how much of this was nature and how much of my life has been nurture?
Yeah.
And was I going to end up like this no matter what? And no, right? It's always a mix, but man, it's bizarre. Yeah. When you have not been raised by a human and then you're sitting there talking to them and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're very similar humans.
My second, he like was birthed, he literally lifted his head on me. They handed him to me and he went like this. And he has been such an independent creative his whole life. I will say my other mission in life is to call out the good we see, because then people are like, oh, you see that in me? Like, I could be more of that.
I mean, so often when kids are in traumatic situations, they're not allowed to let down.
Yeah.
So much of growth, like really healthy growth for kids, is having the kind of space where they are recognized for their awesomeness, for the wonderful things they do, but then also they have this really safe space where they are allowed to let down and make the mistakes and figure it out for themselves, because they aren't like us directly. They're different people. I live this very like morbid life, like in my head. I'm always thinking of worst case scenario. I'm like, if I die tomorrow, am I living it fully? Am I showing them? Have I taught them the certain things that I find like instrumental in life? What is going to be the trajectory of, my time left? And am I doing it right today? I am. This car ride, this is we're there. We're like that. Yes, we're doing it. We're doing all the right stuff.
Well, and some of it's just being fully in the moment. And so like I feel like that's what's so hard right now in the world, because it's like we're constantly what's next. But if we can just figure out how to be in this moment, using the tools we have, loving the people that are in front of us. And that's what you do every day.
Oh, well, that's what you do every day.
Well,
I know.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
All right. We did it.
We did it.
Season 2, episode 2. This is episode 2.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Do I get to be a part of season 2?
Yes.
You're on. Like,
you're like, you made
it. But episode 2.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yay. These were awesome. This was worth it.
This was really fun. Apple crisp.
Apple crisp. And she needs this. She needs this. She needs this. Okay. Sorry, I'm going out this way and I'm headed to 494. No.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have to think something real quick.
No, I'll ask you.
I know. I want to just give me a second.
Met in high school.
We did. And it's really bizarre because now my daughter, my oldest, is close to the age I met him at.
Whoa.
And it's creepy.
It's like
you're
really, not gonna find your person
it's
yet.
Very strange. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Are you teaching children things?
Is that what I'm going to ask?
No.
The first little road that you can take to the left.
Okay. I love this way of getting around too, because I feel like so much of our life we're like, just look at the map. But this is like
spot on.
We're working together.
Left here. I know it's like old school.
Right here.
We're like really kicking it old school.
So is that, whoa, that's how it works. I'm not.
I knew that.
I knew
that. That's the ADHD.
Yo, no,
Did you know that?
No.
Oh, people with ADHD hit corners.
Oh. Well,
like this is like a thing.
Okay. It's like I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, well, life,
that's how
man.
I am. I know. In fact, it's like a running joke with my best friend. She'll send me memes that are like, oopsie.
I thought you were going to say like, Captain Crunch or bologna or something.
No, ribs. Ribs.
I love it.
That is so funny. Oh, it's on slow-mo.
Sorry.
Is that why? Oh my God, this is really funny. You're going to get yelled at.
I know, I am. I'm like trying to.
Oh, good. Okay, we're restarting.
Totally that was the first honk.
It was amazing that you just got honked at.
Sorry, have a better day.
Okay.
Oh, no, we have to go get it. We didn't put a sticker on it. That's like, what you can't have your coffee.
That's really funny.
That was totally on me. I forgot.
She'll have me all like cameraed up here. Oh, wow. We can't go straight anymore. We can't.
You know what this is?
We really wanted to make this interesting.
This day,
mm-hmm.
I feel like somehow a theme emerges always. And I feel like the theme is like you just pivot.
And it's been really fun.
I know. And it's
there's no doubt about it.
Coffee, and that mom is going to have it. And there's still going to be joy. Yeah. And there's still going to be like awesomeness.
Well, and you gave her a water bottle sticker. So she's going to have that the rest of her life.
Yes. I mean,
her life.
And like,
we wanted to turn.
Oh, we want to turn here? I tried, but there was a biker. There was some fun. What were those things? I've been honked at. We've been, but different things. But I don't think we need to document like writing down the insurance information and stuff. With somebody. I do feel like.
Well, I think that is the theme.
That is the theme.
Yeah. There's no real control.
But it's so hard because the nature nurture thing. You're like, it's gotta matter that I'm
It's
giving.
gotta matter. I know. That is part of it.
I feel like if I was a mom doing all the stuff she's doing at home, the idea that somebody brings me this is a really joyful thing. I feel like it's like, oh my gosh, and I don't know, it doesn't take a lot, but it is.
It doesn't take a lot.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Well, and this is why what you're doing is so amazing. Like it brings me so much joy, and because of it, like because we carved out this time today, there's some part of me that's like, I think I just have to do this every week. Yeah. Like I have to start dropping off coffees, dropping off my mom badge coffees.
Yes.
This is something that feels very good.
Yeah, it does. It does feel really good. For me, it's so fun to invite other people in their worlds into it because I'm like, people that need it.